Hello everybody, my name is Luke Marr and this is Hot Mode, and today on Hot Mode we're coming to you with a fashion roast and review of the Breakthrough Prize, which I really don't understand what it is, and you're probably saying, well then why are you making a video about it? But magically last year a bunch of celebrities started showing up in like fashion to this science award, and it became like a red carpet that one had to cover, so here we are covering it. The Breakthrough Prize, renowned as the Oscars of Science, recognizes the world's top scientists working in the fundamental sciences, the disciplines that ask the biggest questions and find the deepest explanations. Each prize is worth $3 million. And now that we know this, without further ado, let's get into the red carpet. We're going to start off with Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz. They're both wearing Fear of God. Fear of God, if you do not know, is a very cool LA-based brand. They make really stunning but interestingly oversized suiting, and I think that Alicia and Swizz are both sort of demonstrating that the oversized silhouette can work. I particularly like Alicia's. I like the way that it hits the floor. I like this wide pin stripe. I also think that the length of her jacket is really interesting. As for Swizz, I'm never like obsessed with the way that certain pants hit in this regard, but I think that's just a thing. I understand that like it is tailored and it's proper and it works. It's just sometimes, you know, I do like a pool, but I don't like too much of a pool, so like don't really listen to me in this regard. The pants fit well. I love the cut of his jacket though. I like this lapel-less style. I think that it looks luscious in this gray. I also like the fact that it's undone and it shows off what is essentially, and they're both wearing them, these sort of turtlenecks in, I would say, traditional like tailoring fabric, so much more like blazer pant. They're probably some sort of wools. Alicia's maybe is more t-shirt like or more cottony. Swizz looks a little bit more wool-ish or wool adjacent. I think they're cool. I think it's, again, fun ways to take on tailoring and suiting that doesn't just feel like something I've seen a million bajillion times. And as we're getting into the upcoming Met Gala, I think that like it's important we start to figure out what we're going to do. So keep that in mind. Next up, we have Christina Aguilera, who's wearing Dolce and Gabbana. I'm going to be honest, I do like this. It's a pretty simple white chiffon dress that has a multi-lace-up corseting detail that goes from literally like the under bust, even like maybe part of the bust, down to around probably the top of the hip. So it's a very empire corset waistline thing. Like it's kind of interesting. I like the way that it sort of fans down from where the straps are too and sort of creates a train, but it doesn't have a train in the back. It's really sort of like a half sleeve that covers and falls to the floor. It sort of helps, in my opinion, to reinforce this idea of the gown and also encapsulates the idea of the fabrics all sort of working in tandem together. Honestly, like she looks good. There's not much else we have to say. Next up, we have Drew Barrymore, and I really like Drew. Like, she looks really happy, and I think that's very important. And I know that we always, I don't know, talk about people and are they selling the garment. I think that Drew is selling a happiness, a ray of sunshine. I just unfortunately cannot buy exclusively one part of the dress, which is the sleeves. I just don't get them. I'm sure that from a side angle, they look better. They look more interesting. I'm sure that they have like a storyline. Maybe they're ruched, maybe they're pulled, they're gathered. I don't know. I don't think that they help from a front angle, and that's the angle that we're looking at. If you even look at the way that it covers her arm, it sort of creates like this bunching, crunching situation on the sort of forearm, and I don't think you want that usually on your forearms. I don't know, like my forearms, I'd prefer if they didn't look bunched and crunched. You know? As for the rest of the dress, though, I think it fits well. I think it looks nice on her. It's just those sleeves are a little awkward. Maybe a lot awkward. Next up, we have Edgar Ramirez. Now, Edgar, honestly, he tries, and I think that's really important. I respect it. I'm grateful to him. I love this little silky lapel in a shawl cut. I think that the red velvet looks good. Maybe the white isn't exactly what I would have chosen color-wise, but again, he's trying something different. It's not the most radical thing I've ever seen, but it's certainly not bad. I just wish that the pants hit a little lower. You never want your pants to make your patent leather shoes look like black Air Force Ones, and from afar, that's what I'm getting the vibe of, and that's scaring me. A little longer would have helped, like not that much longer, but just a little bit, because I'm like starting to see sock, and then especially when the pants are a little more wide leg, like they're really not tapered, a little longer, no sock. Helpful. Next up, we have Gayle King. Honestly, I like this. I was saying that it's kind of Dolly Parton-esque, and I'm not wrong. Somebody said that it's a little bit Tina Turner. And I see that too. I guess generally it has like a Bob Mackie feel to it. Maybe it is Mackie, I don't know. This sort of fringed, multi-pattern, tiered, all over the place dress kind of has my heart a little bit. Like, she is definitely putting in effort. I mean, if you look actually at the beading, it's all these really beautiful bugle beads that are rather intricate, or at least they're intricate to me as somebody that doesn't sew. The way that they are, those little suns that are going on in that sort of V shape at the hip, even just like the sheer amount at the waist, a cool dress. I'm going to give it that. I am. The fringe, maybe we could rein that in a little bit, or I think actually what my biggest problem is, there's a line that makes the dress look like it's tiered. It's of bugle beads. That it didn't need. I think that's maybe my one issue. It sort of breaks up that silhouette, makes it look a little wider and then narrower, and I think that it's a little awkward, especially like at that placement. But besides that, I really like this. It's fun. I think it's very Dollywood of her. Next up, we have Gillian Anderson. She is wearing Akris. Now, if you don't know Akris, it is a Swiss brand. It's actually like one of the most bought brands in the United States, like luxury-wise. It's really a moment. It's a family-run design company. It's been around for quite some time. It has a very cool history and story. Chris, if you ever want us to come to Switzerland and, see the archive, we could do it. This dress to me, though, reads a little Minecraft. Maybe it's just I'm seeing all the Minecraft on my TikTok. It just has a sort of like Louis Vuitton did the damier monogram thing that they've been doing. And I think that this kind of falls in line with that. But what I will say is the use of not browns or greens or blues or anything like that, I think helps. This black with the sort of sheer panels and all that. And especially that it is women's wear also is honestly kind of nice because it takes you out of the menswear element that you're thinking of usually. Or like the Kim Kardashian like leggings and a bra set, So like this, I actually think works, even though I do see that LV-ness. What I'll also say is like, it fits fantastically. Like sleeveless, clean, easy, beautiful. I love the way that it brings itself in at the waist and then comes back out, but it doesn't seem like she's sucked in, corseted up. Like she seems comfortable in it, and I think that must be the thing about Akris that people are consistently drawn to. So you learn something new every day. Akris x Minecraft. When. Next up, we have Glenn Close, who's wearing Giorgio Armani. Honestly, I think she looks fantastic. I also assume that she's wearing a little Roger Vivier shoe. I like that buckle. But I love this blue suit. I think it's really stunning on her. I respect the lace glove. It's a little kooky, but I'm into it. I think it works. The way that you embellish an Armani anything, usually I'm pretty sold on it, and this is no different. I love the way that the zipper line is fully encrusted in crystals. I love this subtle little collar. I like the way that the jacket also flies away. The zipper does not go all the way to the hem of the jacket, rather it sort of sits right at like the belly button area, and that allows the shape to sort of create a little bit more of an A-line moment. It fits her impeccably. She looks good. She looks comfortable. I think the colors work. I'm sold. Next up, we have Jeremy Strong, shawl lapel, black suit, not really anything crazy. He's wearing a turtleneck. I will say, I do think that gentlemen oftentimes look very distinguished if they wear a black suit with a black turtleneck. It has to be a good turtleneck. It has to be dark. But I will say, I think that it looks really, really good. Next up, we have Jessica Chastain, who is wearing Gucci. I think the idea of the piping at the neckline and at the underbust line actually becoming the straps that hold up the dress is rather cool, different. Sort of aligns to me in like the Salvador de Sarnos era of quality, utilitarian clothing that all works together. I think it's actually a pretty interesting concept. And then you have the continuation of that crystal encrustment that goes all throughout the bottom of the dress. I actually think it's probably for the best they didn't put it on the bust area. I think that it works. Maybe it's a little too long, but it also might just be because of the embellishment. It's kind of heavy on the fabric, but I think it's really maybe just a little bit too long. But besides that, I think she looks good. Next up, we have Jodie Foster. I don't know who she's wearing. In my brain, it's Dior. It might not be Dior. I don't know. But I feel like she's been wearing a lot of Dior lately. This looks like a Dior to me. It's a blazer coat dress that's sleeveless with the double-breasted situation. I don't mind the silhouette on her. I think that the issue really is from the waist up, it just looks wrinkled. It looks like it's pulling and creasing. From the bottom down, I'm fine with it. I think it's cool. I think it makes sense in the context of the event. I think the shoe is work. It's sensible. Like, I get all of that. I think it's just up here towards the side as well. It just doesn't look like it's working to its full potential fit-wise. Next up, we have Kate Hudson. She's wearing Elie Saab. I think this is nice. Like, I think it's a cute dress. I think that the off-the-shoulder works. I think the sleeve is good. The embellishment, I think it's all sequins. Yeah, it looks like it's a lot of different shapes of sequins. Fun. I don't even mind the billowing over. I think maybe when I saw it in a different angle, it didn't dazzle as much, but from the front, I'm okay with it. Again, a little sparkly. Does it need to be at the event? I don't know, but it could be worse. You know, there could be more flashy scene stealing things, not good scene stealing. Speaking of not good scene stealing, we have Katy Perry. She's wearing Gaurav Gupta. My issue is the dress is fine. Like, the dress itself. In creation, when it was on the runway, it was fine. I think the issue is the way that it fits her. I think she could have dropped the hood. Maybe she couldn't have dropped the hood. Maybe it's built into the dress. But when you see it on the runway, you can see that the model has the hood and the neck line attached, the space in between, and it looks kind of red. It almost looks like it's kind of choking her. I think the other issue is the skin tone fabric. I'm not being eluded at all. I'm very much so on the trail of it. I see it. Can't get away from it. I can even see like where the seams on the shoulders are, the top of the hip down. Beautiful dress. Really lovely. I think it shows that sort of moving, liquid, meandering, flowing Gaurav Gupta-ness that I like to see. I just think from the waist up, it's too all over the place. Next up, we have Lauren Sanchez. She's wearing vintage Dior by John Galliano. And like, you can't really go wrong in a John Galliano-made bias cut dress. Like, they're always going to look good as long as the person knows how to actually, like, work with a bias cut of such caliber. Star cutout is, again, like a signature John in the front there. It's cool. It's interesting. It's a wonderful look at pattern making. The way that it flows off the shoulder a little bit, too, I think is lovely and sweet and sort of plays into the flamenco, in my opinion, influences John Galliano grew up with as a Spanish-British designer. I'm going to be honest, she looks good. You could be mad about it, but she looks good. Next up, we have Lily Collins. She's wearing Armani Privé. I think it's fine. I think it's a very classic Armani silhouette. You have a black velvet bodice, and then the skirt sort of does its own whole rigmarole. It's its own show. It's very frou-frou. I think it's like a chiffon that's been pearl embellished, which I actually think is quite cute. And then it fondled on one little angle, and then you can see that it becomes sheer towards the bottom. It's not my favorite Armani Privé look I've ever seen, but for like an event that isn't really like a super fashion event, I think it's a nice, well done, something I haven't really seen all that much, so I'm into it. Next up, we have Lizzo, who is wearing Robert 1. I like this. I think that Robert 1 does a beautiful sort of draped style. I also like the fact that it's actually bracing Lizzo's body instead of trying to like do a sort of tent dress, or it's not even like fit poorly, you know what I mean? Like, I like the way that it fits on the waist. I like the way that it accentuates the hip and the bust area. Nicely done. Really beautiful. Accentuates the figure, which is what you want. I like the fact that she went for like hair and makeup that is trying to keep up with the Robert 1 dramaticness. You can also see that the gloves she's wearing have built-in nails. Love those. But it also has a built-in stole in these opera-length gloves, which I think is cool. Here, it's obviously like sitting on the butt area, which I think is lovely and fun and accentuated, but when she moves her arms out, you can also see the way that it moves there. I like it. Signature pleats at the bottom, really lovely on her. Color is fantastic. I'm happy. Maybe that didn't seem like I was super happy, but I am. I liked it. Next up, we have Mark Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chan. Mark, blah. Boring. At least he's wearing a bow tie and a black tuxedo shirt, so I appreciate that. As for Priscilla, I'm kind of obsessed with her because I really feel like she's riching out right now. Here's what I'm going to say about rich women. They like buy things that they want and then they wear them however they want, and they're just so rich that like really can't tell them shit. I could say that I think it's crazy to tuck a t-shirt into an Elie beautiful down skirt, but she's so rich, like, what does she care what I think? I maybe would not have had the tuxedo jacket on top, just a thought, but maybe she's trying to dress it up a little bit, trying to do her own take on, like, skirt suiting. I also would not have chose those shoes. But, again, tu chison, as the French say. This is like a masterclass in, again, being so rich that she doesn't really give a Next up, we have Mr. Beast and Taya Boyson, who I believe is his wife. Tuxedo-wise, it's fine. I wish it didn't taper as much as it did at the leg, but like, it's fine. The jacket and the shirt and all that looks good. I just want like something more interesting from like the king of YouTube. And I know that he's like obviously, you know, transcending that, but something a little more interesting would help, sir. A waistcoat, you know what I mean? Mr. Beast, if you need somebody, let me know. I'll help. I got people. As for Taya, I give my lady a better budget, okay? Because what is that? I just think that the idea of like the bodice being this sort of draped, pulled thing that then flares out, and then there's like a skirt, and then there's a mini skirt. There's a lot there. Listen, let this diva become an haute couture dame if she wants. She doesn't want, whatever, I guess. But she should be having her beautiful little custom-made gowns. Let her rock a little bit. Let YouTube show up and show out. Please and thank you. Next up, we have Olivia Wilde, who's wearing Erdem. Does look like the dress is slipping off, but I do think that the shape and also the sort of wrinkled texture is rather lovely. I think that off the shoulder is cool and fun. It's a flower that's made out of different panels of fabric that are flurried at the end. I love the attempt. I just don't know if the result is really what everybody's looking for. I keep thinking that it looks like a little bit of marshmallow fluff art, you know, just like with a little spatula sort of artistically done, and that's great, but it also looks a little off. The dress itself, really striking, beautiful silhouette. You don't really need anything else. Next up, we have Paris Hilton, who's wearing Jenny Packham. I just think that it feels a little, I don't know, like 2006. There's just something about it. I think it's like the sparkle that then turns into the sheer that then turns into like the cape. It's not even a cape that comes out from a shoulder. It's a cape that comes out from like the elbow. And I think that's kind of where I'm lost on it. I also just think that like maybe the black sparkle, it's reading a little Kathy to me. I don't know if we're there yet. Like Kathy's doing her thing. We love to see it. Stay out of her wardrobe. Next up, we have Patty Jenkins. Patty, diva. No, not a good dress. Here's the issue. It's not the gold into the silver ombre of it all. It's like inherently tacky, but like I think that it could work or could have worked. This dress could be fine. It's the gigantic seam allowance that has been sequined running down the front that is, in fact, your sworn enemy. It's not nice, and you shouldn't wear things like that because it cuts your body in half, but like not horizontally in half, but vertically in half. And like that is a real choice, is to actively seek out a vertical cut. It just looks weird, clearly, where the dress is sort of obviously like having a lot of movement, which is around the sort of pelvic area. Like it's starting to pucker, and it's a weird thing. Let whatever's going on in the back happen and have it there. But the front is really crazy. Guys, if there's like a gigantic, very visible seam down the front of your dress, or worse, a seam allowance, which is the excess of fabric in order to like hold those two pieces together like that, don't buy it, don't wear it, don't own it, don't look at it, just avoid eye contact. It's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, Jurassic Park. If you don't breathe, it won't know you're there, and you won't have to wear it. Next up, we have Salma Hayek. I don't know who she's wearing, but I really like this on her. I think it's really chill, really simple. I love the bangle. Oh, you know what? This is probably Saint Laurent. I don't know if it is, but honestly, when I'm thinking about it, it probably is Saint Laurent. And something about, like, the bangles are very Lulu de la Fallée. If you don't know who Lulu is, Google her. She was like the queen of jewelry and boho chic at Saint Laurent for a very long time. It actually makes a lot of sense in my brain now that this is probably Saint Laurent, but if it's not, I apologize. I like it. I think it's fun. I think the boho 70s thing works on her. I think it's pretty understated and pretty cool. I'm into it. Next up, we have Wendi Murdoch, who is wearing this pink floral number, and I really like it except for the sleeve. I don't think it needs a sleeve. Everywhere else, really beautiful needlework. I think that the skirt is absolutely luscious. I mean, if you're gonna be a part of destroying the planet, at least dress well. She is, in fact, doing that. Next up, we have will.i.am. And will I say nice things about this? I am not going to do that. This is really crazy. The sneakers, the leather pants, the blue blazer, the turtleneck, the baseball hat. There's a lot happening here that should not be, and it's doing it as a group. And that almost feels worse. I am not a fan of this outfit. Great, wonderful, you know, you raised me. And lastly, we have Zoe Saldana. She is wearing Schiaparelli. And see, remember when I was like, oh my God, the seam down the front? Like, this is what I mean. The seams are never your friend. They are not helpful, even though they are sometimes necessary, but like they're not all that time necessary. It's just a weird dress. It's off the shoulder. It looks like it's falling off of her. It looks like it's peeling. Also, Did she always have a rose tattoo like that? I don't really talk about people's bodies like that. I never really noticed that until now. It's a cool tattoo. I'm just shocked that this is the first time I think I'm really like seeing it ever. But yeah, I don't like that dress. So let's talk about best and worst. Worst. We're gonna start there. I'm gonna put Katy Perry. I'm gonna put Zoe Saldana. I'm gonna put will.i.am. I'm gonna put Paris Hilton. I'm gonna put Patty Jenkins. Jodie Foster. Yeah. Gwyneth. Didn't like that. As for best, I'll give it to Lizzo, Glenn Close looked great. I'm gonna put Gillian Anderson in there too. Alicia Keys and Swizz Beats, Salma Hayek. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's fine. So thank you guys so much for watching this Breakthrough Prize Science red carpet fashion roast and review. It was crazy, I know, but I'll see you guys on the next one, and TTYL.